Hey, welcome back to youtube.com/snapbolt. My name is Max, and I'm here for a Pauper League. And I've recently played Blue-Red Fairies, and I've played Mono-Blue Fairies with Delver. So I thought I gotta do it justice and kind of make the rounds and play some Blue-Black Fairies, play the other good blue deck. So that's what I'm going to be playing here today. Blue-Black Fairies, Blue-Black Fae in Pauper. And this is a solid deck, and we'll see how we do. The mana base, we have seven essentially fetch lands, four Ash Barrens, three evolving wild effects, and then 10 islands and two swamps, 20 lands. And then our card selection, four Ponder, four Brainstorm. Brainstorm is good with these like shuffle effects because you can brainstorm, shuffle, put two back you don't want, shuffle them away, the old legacy trick. Four Faerie Seer and four Spellstutter Sprite, four Augur, four Ninja, two Gurmag, and then two Monarch creatures, one Admiral, one Thorn as the creatures. So we're still just a base Ninja deck with, we want to bounce Spellstutters, Augurs, we can bounce Faerie Seers as well. Faerie Seer and Spellstutter Sprite work nice together as well. So yeah, again, we're just like basically a Ninja deck. What we lose compared to blue-red fairies is we lose the lightning bolts, the screds, but what you gain, and a big one, Pyroblast out of the sideboard. But what you gain in black is Cast Down, which is essentially Doomblade. It just kills anything because there's no legend popper. This is a new downshift. So you gain Cast Down and Snuff Out, most importantly, as your removal spells. Snuff Out's a really sweet one if you don't know it. It's just 4 mana instant, destroy target non-black creature, can't be regenerated, but if you have a swamp, you can pay it 4 life instead of paying its mana cost. So for 4 life, you can just Doomblade something, and it can't be regenerated. So you can even kill river boas and stuff like that. Kind of nice. You also get Gurmag Angler, which is actually a pretty nice just way to end the game. Pretty big threat. Just 2, could be more, but I think you're still like more reliant on your ninja package, and you don't need that many Gurmags. Um, Also a couple Agony Warps, just because this card's good. It can even kill Guardian of the Guild Pack, which is a pro monocolor card. And I didn't mention it, but of course, 4 Counterspell. So that's the main deck. Moving on to the sideboard, a couple of spells. No Dispel main. I'm trying it like this. This list is like kind of tight. I also have an extra cast down where people usually only play 2. I don't really know why. I mean, cast down 2 mana kill anything is really good. Couple Dispels though in the board, couple Trip Hydroblast, 2 Chainer's Edicts for Boggles, couple extra negates for like kind of blue and slower matchups. And this is the new tech. I'm not sure about this, but it seems good to me. Is 2 Bonders Ornaments. People only usually play 1, but it seems like it should be strong in like blue like, kind of control-y matchups because you just play this. It gives you more mana, but then also you just start drawing cards with it. You like leave up counters, leave up spell stutters, and then just start drawing extra cards. It's like if this resolves in a blue matchup, it's gonna just bring so much value. So seems good. We'll try it in the board. I mean, this card is just like an insanely good card in Pauper right now. I was just talking to one of my friends and they were like, that card's like a common? That's insane. They were like, this is like almost like should be a rare just because it's 3 colorless mana, can go in any deck. It fixes your mana perfectly. It ramps you, and it's a draw engine all in its own. It looks unassuming, but it does everything. It's a really strong card. We have a Suffocating Fumes for stuff like elves. Can even bring it in against like Squadron Hawk decks sometimes, maybe even against some fairy type decks if we want to. 2 Stormbounds. These are good against like black decks and control decks. And another Thorn when we want more Monarch and go kind of like more controlish post board. So I don't have that much experience with this deck, but I've played a lot of Fairies builds, so how hard could it be, right? I'll see you in round 1. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1. We're against Carlos Z. And I just realized this is the last day of this Pauper League before it refreshes, so it may be tough to find opponents, but hopefully it won't be too bad. We're on the play here, super lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the sand. We have blue and black mana. We have Augur, and then we can ninja it back. So we don't have a cantrip on turn 1, but it's fine. We have a good hand. So cheers. Let me say before we get too into this is my channel is youtube.com/snapbolt, and go check it out. I have a lot of videos on there. I have a lot of good content, multiple formats. If you like the content, give me a like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I just love making these videos. I've had a great time. I'm going to continue to do it. So hope to see you around. Comment. Let me know what you think of the videos. And we'll see if the opponent keeps their hand or not. Carlos Z. It's nice just to have like the swamp and 2 islands. We can just go island into Augur, and then we can either choose to ninja or leave up Counterspell, or we could even leave up Counterspell on turn 2. So even though we don't have a turn 1 play, we actually do have a lot of options. If like our Augur just like gets countered or dies, and or we can't get through with it to ninja, we could like our hand could be a bit clunky, but even then at least we can hit at least up to 3 land drops. So I think we're doing fine. Not sure what the opponent's doing. Let me just pause the recording and I'll come back when they come back. All right, they appear to be here. They just took a second. And we'll just go island go. Not going to F6 because we could have 4 spike. And we're either up against elves or wolves. No surprise there. I could just leave up Counterspell, especially since I drew a second one. Don't need to rush this Augur down, I don't think. But I think it's actually better to just to Augur here. If they don't play a defender, I'm going to get Preordain over Brainstorm for sure. I don't have a shuffle effect yet. It's just better. But if they don't play like a Overgrown Battlement or something, and I'm able to just like attack, I could just potentially get Ninja going. I have options. I bet we're up against Stompy. Interesting. Stompy's a reasonable matchup for us. Not bad just getting this blocker down now. Yeah, these ninjas are a bit clunky, but is what it is. Spellstutter Sprite, huh? Seems good to me. I don't think I need an island, but Spellstutter seems great. Maybe I can counter a 1-drop with it and then ninja it back and maybe counter another spell. They have a lot of 1-drops in their deck. So yeah, this is looking fine. Oh yeah. Easy counter. It's not like the highest priority threat like a Rancor or something, but it is worth it, I think. All right, I think I just block here. I don't want to double block here and trade both my creatures for 4/2. And I want to be able to ninja back this Spellstutter as well. So I'll just take 4, and then I'll ninja back my Spellstutter, leave up Counterspell and Spellstutter next turn. I don't think they could have like, I mean, I guess they could have a Hunger of the Howl Pack. They could sack this and then either Hunger this or this. But I have 3 Cast Down, 3 Snuff Out, and 2 Agony Warps. So I just need to find some number of those cards, and I should be all right. Skargan. They have 1 card left. Okay, I mean, they deployed their hand pretty fast. I'm gonna stick with the plan. I'm gonna Spellstutter in Ninja here, and then just leave up either Spellstutter or Counterspell, depending on what they play. I am gonna really want to deploy Spellstutter here, so they're probably not gonna play a 1-drop into it, but hopefully they don't really play much else, and I can just jam Spellstutter and get my second Ninja going. Gonna have to also trade off some of these ninjas here. Most likely I'm taking 6 down to 10. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. So again, they can't really play a 1-drop. They're just using Corian probably because it's free. I have to flash this in. I mean, I know they could have Hunger or something. It looks like they do. But yeah, this actually isn't too bad. I mean, of course I could have left up mana to counter that. But I just need to find removal spells here. Angler. Angler is interesting. Why don't I just Brainstorm right now, and I could always shuffle this ninja away, depending on what I draw? This actually isn't that great of a Brainstorm because I didn't draw any removal spells. And I only have 3 mana. Probably gonna have to do some chumping here. They only have 1 card left. I think I put back... I think I need to put back Admiral because I can't really like play it against this board. I don't really want to let them draw cards either. Admiral just seems pretty risky. I want to be able to get down Angler, but I'm not going to be able to yet. I could just put back Counterspell, and then go attack with Spellstutter, Ninja in, play Faerie Seer. Yeah, I mean, these counters aren't that great, especially against 1 card in hand. So let's shuffle. Do I get another black source? I don't think so. I think I just get Island. And then why don't I go Faerie Seer right now? Because I want to, like, even if I find Snuff Out, it's still going to be pretty good on this board. I can chump a 5/5, kill the Trampler. All right, let's just bottom both here. Try to find something this turn. Then attack with just this. Can't attack with anything else. And then I ninja back the Spellstutter again. Little lag there. Okay. So we're drawing an unknown card here because we went bottom on the Faerie Seer Scry. Counterspell. Okay. It's not very good. I just kept Fleet Admiral because I figured I could potentially play it and trade with stuff. Oh god. I think we're dead now. I could have played this game differently, potentially, but yeah, this is looking bad. They can even just replay Rancor. The good news is I'm taking 6 down to 4. I'm still alive. Then if I draw a cast down, I might be all right. I can't block this because this can creatures with power less than it can't block it. So I can also play a Gurmag now. So that's something reasonable, but they can also put another Rancor on this. They should do it now. And they can also, I can't forget that they can untap something with Quarian. Well, they're just doing it now, just to be able to untap 2 things. Yeah, they Rancor now. All right, so I can't block this as of right now, so I have to draw a literally removal spell right here. All right. I think I just lose. I guess I can play Admiral, try to draw exactly cast down. That's my only out. Playing Gurmag doesn't actually do anything. So play to your outs. If I draw cast down and they don't have vines, I might win. I guess I can just play it on upkeep because if they have vines, I die anyway. Okay, we die. Maybe they don't attack, but they should know that this can't be blocked. That's unfortunate. I mean, we had a good amount of library manipulation and we just didn't find any of our removal spells. So that, like, felt like I had some outs to win that game. I had a lot of looks and I just didn't hit. So yeah, that felt kind of bad. I'm almost like sideboarded reasonably just like as is. This doesn't kill that much, but if it ever gets 2 creatures, it's good, and if it 1-for-1s, it's fine. I don't think Chainer's Edict's good. I'm actually gonna bring in Thorn. I think. I mean, it's a 1/3 Death Touch blocker, and with like if I have a reasonable amount of removal spells, it should be good. This only blocks flyers, so I don't want this. And they have some like dorks like the Eldrazi spawn token. Chainer's Edicts aren't really that great. I could just not bring in Fumes and just minimally sideboard. I think our main deck is actually okay against them. I could literally just not sideboard. I could take out a Counterspell. I could take out like a Preordain or a Brainstorm. I can't take out any removal spells. I don't want to take out Angler. I could take out a Ninja. Just a little bit clunky. They have a lot of blockers for it. Maybe that's wrong, but I'm going to go with it. This is just like, in a way, guaranteed card advantage. They can be hard to deploy, and it's 4 mana, but again, you can see how removal spells can be so good against them. They're trying to like suit their things up with enchantments. They're trying to put hunger +1/+1 counters on stuff. So you have so many options just to be able to just boop, cast down, snuff out, agony warp. Snuff out and cast down are just so good in this matchup, and we just didn't draw either of those last game. So that's exactly why we lost. All right, well, 0 lands. I'll keep this one. This hand's not perfect, but I have to keep. I have to put back one of these 2 lands, I think. Even though it's good with Gurmag, I just want my mana to be smooth. And I think I'm just leading Evolving Wilds. I could just lead basic. I mean, I guess it's Evolving Wilds is just worse. If I lead Island, then I rep Force Spike. So there's no downside to putting back Evolving Wilds, I think. Compared to Ash Barrens, I mean. I could potentially have kept both of them and put back like a Swamp or something, but I'm just going to cycle Ash Barrens for Island here. Ooh, that's actually good against us. I can just pick off Spellstutters and stuff. Okay, it's annoying, but certainly beatable. Okay, well, Cast Down's actually good. If they play any 1-drop creature, I just get to counter it with Spellstutter. So that'd be nice. Burning Tree, okay. Can't counter it. Nest Invader. That is definitely annoying. I think I just cast down something here. I guess I just take this out. Don't know if it matters which one. And then, ooh, Snuff Out's actually good as well. I'm not going to snuff out this. I mean, it's annoying if they equip it, but I don't think I can really afford to use a removal spell on this just because they have a longbow. Alternatively, no, I have to just go land go. I also don't want to spend 4 life on a snuff out, but depending on what they do here, I definitely might do that. Could have also just killed Burning Tree main phase, but I don't like that either. Is this equip 3? God, people love this card. It's so expensive to equip. I'm just gonna take to play around vines. I don't think this game is necessarily going to come down to the 2 damage. So they are equipping there. Equip 3 is actually a lot. So do I care about Agony Warping this? I mean, it turns off my Spellstutter Sprite, basically. Because it can just ping me end of turn, every turn. Why don't I just actually kill it? They have to spend a whole nother turn to equip here, and I could kill it in response. Or, because I get to now kill that, I go to 3 cards in graveyard. Then I can go on my turn, snuff out for 0 mana, and play Gurmag Angler. So then they have no board except for Longbow, and I have a 5/5. So I like it. Another Agony Warp. I'm going to stick to the Gurmag Angler line. Just kill this now and play Angler. That's why I went for the removal spell on the spawn. Seems a little, like, almost not worth, but I think it's fine. Okay, well, I wasn't able to counter that because of how I had to play it, but that's okay. I wonder if they're going to equip here. There's nothing I can do about that. I'll just attack. Also wonder if I want to just kill Nettle Sentinel now. While they can't protect it. I don't think so. I think I'll just tap Swamp, get another Swamp. Maybe I should have gotten Island there as well. I think this is fine. You're going to equip here. Yeah, sure. And they're not going to attack. They're just going to attack for 1. And they're going to Rancor this. If they do, that's great for me. I don't know what they're going for here. And I still have this 5/5. Drew a couple removal spells this game. It looks a lot different than the first game. Wow, that was such a greedy Rancor. I mean, I guess they're just hoping I don't have another removal spell. But now this Rancor is dead forever, and I get to kill this. I know my Spellstutter's turned off, so I don't really have any cards in hand, but they're all set down to 2 cards, and I still have a 5/5, and I dealt with this permanently. That was pretty greedy. I guess they had to go for it. Like, what else are they really doing? Ooh, another good draw. We just drew a lot of removal this game. It's good in this matchup, like I was saying. Just chunking in with Angler. We're down to 13. We had to pay 4 life for a cast down. Ooh, man. So it becomes a 4/4. Okay. Oh, they're not attacking. So are they going to just try to, like, Hunger of the Howl Pack? They don't usually play Groundswell anymore. Oh, they're going to block shoot. Duh. And then they get a 3/3. It's actually annoying. I'm not sure I can play around that. I think I just attack. And just trade. I think I would rather fight through that. Killing the Ledgewalker is pretty huge. Okay, it happens. Then I trade, they get a 3/3. I'm actually not going to cast down it now because I'm also not going to play Brainstorm because they're probably going to go to equip that, and then I can cast down at that point. I can still counter a 1-drop. All right, it's smart of them just to attack first. I think I just cast down now, and then I can counter any 1-drop. So hopefully they play a 1-drop, I counter it, and then I draw Ninja. That'd be ideal. Okay. Even though it's inefficient, I think I just end up turn Brainstorm. Okay. So there is the Ninja. So I definitely want Ninja and Spellstutter Sprite. So there's no way to shuffle right now. So I think what I have to do is just draw Ash Barrens or any random card, and then after I draw, I'll just shuffle with Ash Barrens and then pass. I think that's all I can do. Unless I want to shuffle away either Spellstutter or Ninja, which I don't. So I can shuffle now, because I know Island's on top, which I do not want. And then again, I just hope they play a 1-drop. If not, I can still go for end of turn Spellstutter Sprite and then Ninja it back. Okay, nice. This is still fine. I mean, them playing a 1-drop would have been better, but it is what it is. Now, I think I cycle this right now. I attack. And then I Ninja. Definitely want to leave up blue for a potential counterspell that we could draw. Faerie Seer. It's actually a good one because now I can counter 2-drops and I get to scry. Let's just bottom these. Faerie Seer is decent, but I don't need that. The fact that it dies to bow is pretty bad too. Definitely just counter a creature. They could have another creature, but I don't want to let them get bow going if I have a choice. Ooh, Nettle Sentinel plus bow is actually good. And Savage Swipe. Okay, now I'm on the back foot. They were just playing around the Spellstutter. Another ninja. Brainstorm's good. Ooh, Thorn is good too. So am I preordaining right here to bottom the Terramorphic? Or do I want to draw Preordain and play it next turn? It's an interesting choice. I mean, I can pretty surely hold on to the Monarch. I think preordaining now is fine. Because then otherwise I'd also have to draw Evolving Wilds. So I just bottom top. I like to have an end step stop when I'm the Monarch. And then do I attack with both? The thing is, they're probably just going to get shot down by Longbow, because if he just goes equip Longbow and then shoot, play a green spell, untap, shoot, do I care about getting in for the 2 damage, or do I want to leave back more blockers just in case? If they have another Savage Swipe, I get kind of wrecked. I think I just play it safe, just attack for 1. I know they're at 8, but I think it doesn't really come down to damage. It just comes down to me stabilizing with Monarchy. This could be wrong, but I like it. Preordain's another good draw. We're just so favored in the late game with Preordains. So yeah, they get to kill both of these if they want. But they can't really kill both of them and attack. A Savage Swipe right here would have been so brutal. Okay, no blue spell. Preordain, and there's Ninja and Admiral. These are both good, I think. Let's just... I mean, I could bottom the Admiral, but I think it's good enough. I mean, a big 3/3 is good, right? Maybe I just don't need it. Just bottom top. Could even attack with both, just in case they have something, but I don't think they do. Just gonna attack with this. Ninja it back. Draw a card, and then we can scry into a removal spell here. Gurmag Angler. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm just gonna scry it away actually. I have the Monarchy and I just want to draw cast down, or I guess these are good enough. Top. Now I can draw Spellstutter Sprite, which is at least interaction for this turn, which is all I really need. Because Gurmag doesn't do anything this turn, which is why I bottomed it. I know it would probably win later, but see, yeah, now I get to just counter this. Let's just counter it before they untap, so they can't shoot anything. Yeah, now they can shoot down Spellstutter, but I definitely like the bottom on the Gurmag there. Again, I wanted interaction now, not for next turn. Even though Gurmag would have been strong, I just didn't need that. Okay, that was pretty decisive. Just drew a lot of our removal. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine siding out one ninja. They have just a lot of blockers, so no sense overloading on that and get our hand kind of clunked up with them, which can happen sometimes. Ooh, a little bit sketchy, but I'm gonna keep. We have a Preordain. They kept 7, which is bad. And they kept pretty quickly too. All right, well, these aren't lands. Okay, that's a good one. That's what we needed. Now next turn I can snuff out an Augur, I can snuff out and Spellstutter. Those are my options. Burning Tree into something else. They kept 7 quickly. Being on the draw here is brutal. All right, this isn't the most scary draw. Another swamp, interesting. I could just play Augur. I mean, it stems the bleeding a little bit more. Miss. That sucks. You're gonna miss on Augur sometimes, just like blue-red. with blue black, you're also going to miss on Augur about 30% of the time. Okay, well, this is the easiest Snuff Out in history. No vines? Thank you. Wow, we're just dealing with these Rancors pretty easily. Another Rancor? Looks like it. They're probably, I mean, if they Rancor this, I'm just going to block. Oh, Ledgewalker. Into Hunger? Into Rancor. Oh man, that's brutal. I didn't bring in Suffocating Fumes or anything. Another Stuff Out is good, and Ninja is good as well. They have one card left. I'm at 15. I think I just need to get Ninja going, honestly. I'm gonna do it. They can't really block. And if they do, I'm fine with that. I need to get this going, get a clock down, and get like cards flowing. Because I think that's how I win this game. Alright, drawing Island is actually not bad. They can hit for 4, I go down to 11, but now I have this Ninja. They have a Quarian Ranger untap as well, which is annoying. Brutal. Is not what I wanted to see. Another hexproof creature. That's annoying. No other play though. I can still win. Alright, I'm definitely going to attack, because if they want to block here, I can counter the Rancor on the way back down. So I'm just going to start by attacking and see what they do. I guess they could untap their Quarian and block and keep the 3/1. That would actually be bad for me. Wow, they're just letting this happen. Okay, so now I still have this Snuff Out. I don't really want to play it. Now I'll just play Augur. Cast down or Counterspell? I already have a Snuff Out to kill one thing that's on the board. I feel like Counterspell is actually better. The problem is I do need to erase this. This can't be blocked except by creatures with flying. So I guess I can flash in Spellstutter and block this. But then I can't counter the Rancor on the way back down because of how I've tapped. I just need to take it this time and then next turn plan to do that. They're just untapping. They probably have nothing else. I could also consider just flashing in spells that are here, but then they might not attack into it. So I don't want to. Even just by me pausing there, they might know that what I have. Alright, I'll just start by just attacking with Ninja. I'm at 7, which is definitely not ideal. And then I think I'm just going... We'll see. I can Brainstorm. I don't even know if that's necessary, though. I'm going to have 5 mana. I feel like I should be able to win this game if I play correctly. Another Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is play Island and then just pass the turn. I have 8 cards in hand. I mean, I can cast Brainstorm. I think that's fine, actually. I can still play 2 Spellstutters. I'm still probably going to have to discard, but I'll know more what I want to discard. Yeah, I can just discard either Fleet Admiral or like an extra land here. Like I can just discard an Ash Barrens. I'm fine with that. Don't think I need second swamp, doesn't really matter. And I'll just discard Ash Barrens. So again, my line is going to be if they don't do anything, just flash in Spellstutter. I guess I could potentially even flash in Spellstutter, 2 Spellstutters and go block. Take 2 down to 5, and then I can even snuff out like down to 1 when they try to replay Rancor. It's not bad. But I think actually just blocking just this for now is going to be better. I can always Spellstutter counter the Rancor here. As long as they don't have another Rancor. Okay, they didn't have anything else. That's great. Wow, they concede. I think we did have that because I could have gone Augur right now and leave up double Counterspell. So they were losing on board. I can attack, draw more cards. Then they have to do something. I have double counter plus Snuff Out up. I can also just cast this at some point. I can't cast it for life, but ooh, that was a good match. GG's. Let's go round 2. All right, welcome to round 2. We're against Marilla Alhambra. I'm going to keep this hand. It looks sketchy, like we only have 1 land and a lot of 2-drops, but we have this essentially Preordain, bad Preordain, and Faerie Seer. Plains, is it Boros? Oh, it's mono white. Mono white auras. Okay. Well, we don't have a Snuff Out, so we're on the draw too. This is probably just going to get killed by this. But then maybe we can cast down it. All right, bottom, top. Pretty clunky draw for us here. We have to draw that Evolving Wilds to make sure we play a land. It's also a black source, which is reasonable. But yeah, our Faerie Seer just gets eaten. And we're kind of in trouble this game. I think this deck is bad. I think I have to block because of Provoke. But yeah, I don't think this deck is good. Like a Snuff Out there, they just get blown out. I guess I can't cast it yet, and they're on the play and everything. But again, I'm gonna stand by my opinion that that deck is not good. We won't show them that we're blue black yet. Brutal. Also, this thing has totem armor, so if it would be destroyed, this Hyena Umbra just dies. And the way they're, I feel like they have some type of protection spell. We'll see. I can potentially play Augur. I can chump and I can just find Snuff Outs with it as well. Definitely getting Swamp here. All right, we take our licks. Fetch. Get Swamp. Land. Okay, it's not what I wanted. Do I Augur or do I just pass the spells that are up for 1 turn, take more damage? Not really going to be able to like afford to take the time to get Ninja going here. I think I just Augur, hope to hit Snuff Out. I could have also just left up Cast Down, end of turn Cast Down. Alright, well that's a nightmare situation. Lands would have been good to draw, and we didn't hit a spell off Augur, so probably losing this game. Especially with 1 mana up. I don't like going for Cast Down at all and just trying to kill a Hyena Umbra. Doesn't seem good to me. Alright, now are they going pro blue or black? Black. I think I'm just dead now. They can attack with this too. This has Provoke, so I have to block it. They can just not use this Provoke if they want. So they could have gotten in for 1, but I don't think I have any outs now. Now that their thing has pro black. It's not like I could have stopped that anyway. I'm just going to concede. I could flash in Spellstutter and chump, but then I'm just not doing anything. So let's just not waste time. Definitely want the Fumes, definitely want the Edicts. I feel like this is good as well. Dispels are good. Negates honestly seem good. They might just be a little bit slow. Maybe I just want to focus on killing their creatures. Maybe these like maybe these 4-drop take the monarchy cards are not good. Maybe I just don't need that effect. I just need to like focus on cast downing their things and interacting. Could even like one Thorn. 4 mana. 4 mana is a lot. Maybe I just don't go any Monarch. Cut a Ninja because it's maybe a little clunky. Faerie Seers are a little impact too. I can just trim on the Ninja package and just play more interaction. I like it. Keep my cantrips in for this matchup, I think. Sometimes I like to cut like a cantrip when I'm playing Pauper, like either a Ponder, or Preordain, or Brainstorm. I don't typically actually cut Preordain, but I guess I'm not playing Ponder, so I could cut a Brainstorm, but I think this looks good. I definitely want Chainer's Edict 100%. What if I want Negate too? Negate just being 2 mana and not countering their creatures, I think it makes it not good enough. Okay, this is great. I don't think I'm just having triple Snuff Out is so good in this matchup. I'm just gonna lead Preordain. I thought I had double Snuff Out when I first looked at the hand. Um, these both aren't bad. I mean, I can go top. I was thinking I can go top and then guaranteed draw the counterspell, but I can't because I'll draw it next turn. If I draw another island, then this counterspell like is just turned on. It's got to be good, right? Maybe I just don't need it with the triple Snuff Out. I'll take an Augur though. Maybe I was supposed to bottom Augur just because I already have 3 good spells in my hand. No! I've seen them play this card before. Now I think we're just gonna lose now. Oh my god, that is brutal. And they kept 7. Oh my god. All right, well, I stand by that the deck is bad, but sometimes you get got by it. Oh man, it's so brutal. Just feels so bad. And I don't have any echoing truths or anything. All right, I'll take. Ninja. Maybe I just get Ninja going? Could just leave up Counterspell here, but I think I need to like kind of take drastic. They might just block, in which case I can just play Augur. I can also potentially draw Chainer's Edict here. And then I can go like Snuff Out, Chainer's Edict, as bad as that is. I think that's my out at this point. 1 mana, 1/1, protection from black. It's a 4/4 first strike vigilance pro black. 5/5, sure. No ethereal armor 1 time. Okay. It's another creature though. Alright, I'm at 12, so I can't even cast all of these now. And I'm missing on lands too. Oh, this has vigilance now. I just can't even attack. Brutal. Pro black, huh? I'm gonna have to block it. I guess I just need to play Augur. Could hit a Preordain or something. Just about dead here. Guess I could have discarded a Snuff Out. gonna chump. I mean, they only have one card left. If I can kill their board, I can come back. It's just gonna be hard to do that. Okay, land. Land is good. Preordain. Maybe I just preordain right now. No, I'll just leave up these things. Be nice to be able to just flash and Spellstutter here, even if they don't play a 1-drop. And if they play a 1-drop, it's just like free value for me. I probably should have discarded a Snuff Out rather than a Counterspell, but I didn't. Do I chump here? I think I actually do. I think that's better. I'm just going to flash in the Spellstutter just to block and just to play spells. If I win this game, then that's pretty insane. Then that deck is not good. Benevolent Blessing, sure. So it's pro blue and black now. But I can still win. I can still maybe win. I'm going to need another black source as well. Right, this isn't lethal. Gurmag Angler does not do it. Bottom. Evolving Wilds doesn't do it either. I don't actually think I want to attack, because maybe they attack with more things and I get to trade off them and then I can draw Chainer's Edict. So I'm just gonna pass. I hope they just like send with everything. I was just seeing if Embalm you can't counter. I just wanted to make sure. I was pretty sure it was an activated ability, and it is. So you can't counter Embalm. All right, so I'm going to 5. So I need to draw Chainer's Edict this turn, I think. This is protection from blue and black. At 5, they have 2 cards. It's not looking great. I'll start just like by killing these tokens. I can still snuff out once. Let's fetch, get a black. Sure, why not? Just kill a token. And then I'm going to need to go exactly cast down, snuff out, Chainer's Edict. Chainer's Edict. Right here. Chainer's Edict. Please. This also doesn't work if they have a protection spell. I drew Counterspell. Okay, well, we're dead. Well, we got by the mono white menace. It sucks. I'll see you in round 3. We'll come back. All right, welcome to round 3. We're against Sacred Devil, who is the trophy leader with 50 trophies, trying to beat out Carbs on the last day. It ends at 4 a.m. today, or it ends tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. I'm gonna keep this, and yeah, we're against the person with 50 trophies. Like, I play a fair amount, and I have not played 50 leagues even, and they have 50 trophies, so they played way more than me. And I'm pretty sure they're always on mono green aggro. That's like all they play, so they probably do get through their leagues pretty quick. But man, all right, lands. Thank you. Top. Even though it's not a black source, it's an easy top. I don't need these black cards yet, and I do need lands. Probably just get Ninja going. But we're on the draw here. We're actually behind, especially to a draw like this. Yeah, this person plays so much Stompy. All right. I can Ninja or I can just Augur this turn. think I kind of need to stem the bleeding. No, I have a land on top that I also want to draw. So let's just use the ability and pass. This hand would have been great on the play, but okay, brutal. Not much we can do there. Now we're taking 7 down to 11. Like you can see how being on the play matters so much. Like that was their turn 3, but if our turn, if their board was like just like a nettle, and then on our turn 2 we were able to ninja, that's like such a huge difference. Now I feel like we just don't really have much of a chance to win. I think I'm just gonna deploy Faerie Seer and Augur here. I mean, I could guaranteed hit on Augur by taking this Preordain, but I don't even think that's that good. Maybe it's worthwhile. They have a 2/1 unblockable though. I think I'm just gonna bottom try to hit like a removal spell and then just get lucky and draw a black source. Okay, well, there's some black sources, got wrecked. Could have taken a Preordain, but again, I don't know if it's even that good to take Preordain. So, all right, this is brutal. I think I just double block. I think Burning Tree, just because it can untap on its own. If they have a bunch of lands, maybe their nettle doesn't untap. So I think I just double block here. Gonna need to find a Snuff Out soon to deal with that River Boa. Oh, they just have vines, kill both my creatures. Okay. I mean, their draw was pretty insane on the play. Nothing I can do. And a Skargan. Jeez. Just Preordain. There's a Snuff Out, but I don't have a black source now. Bottom, top. The Augur and seeing 2 black sources was brutal. Yeah, I mean, we're dead. Look at their board. Their board's insane. Okay. They were able just to deploy all their stuff. Let's just go Fumes. Thorn. Maybe I, again, don't want Thorn. Still trying to just learn, like I said. Hmm. I think the first time, if I'm not mistaken, did I just do? I mean, it's easy for anybody watching to go back and check, but did I just do like this sideboard? Just take out Admiral, bring in Fumes, and then not sideboard? Just leaving 1 Thorn. Do I want the second Thorn? On the play, it's also a little bit better too. All right, let's do it. Thorn just having Death Touch is nice to get if they like play like a 5/5 or something with like Hunger of the Helipack. Again, I probably even sideboarded different than I did before, but keep an Island double Preordain hand here. Again, I'm just learning this deck still. That's fine. If we sideboard a card or 2 different. Try out different things. I think I top. Draw 1 this turn, then next turn I can cycle, get an island, Preordain. And then next turn I can get in a swamp. Now I don't think I need another island. Actually, I think I do, because I want a Thorn. So I think I just top. Looks good. Now next turn I can cycle, get a swamp, and I can do pretty well here. I can Snuff Out and cast down. I can Agony Warp this turn, so I can do a lot. Definitely have to play a swamp this turn, 100%. And I don't think I want to kill 2 things right now. I'm just going to pass. They just attack. I might just have to take, but if they Rancor here, I get to blow them out. I feel like they have a Rancor. I'm just going to go for Agony Warp because if they have a Vines, I can just respond with Snuff Out. So let's just go like this. It's just too much value to prevent 2 damage and kill something. And I have more removal for later. Yeah, they're going for Hunger. And then, what are they hungering? The Burning Tree? All right, well, now I just Snuff Out on the Burning Tree right now. I hope they don't have Vines. Even if they do, I can still win. Yeah. So now I just get a little like 2-for-1 basically. I don't take damage from this. I kill Burning Tree and deal with Hunger. I guess it was kind of a 2-for-2, but and they Rancor right now. See, I knew they had Rancor, but I couldn't really play around it. But I now know that they don't have Vines in hand because they definitely would have gone for Vines. So this is good actually because I can just let them attack. I can cast down, leave up Counterspell, and just be in a great position, and then Thorn next turn. This is why the Thorns I think are good for the Monarch cards in general. Just because if you have these removal hands, and then you just play a couple of removal spells and then take the Monarchy, it's easy to run away with the game. At least that's the idea. On the draw, that's a little tougher. Gonna have to draw some more removal spells in game 3 to win this match. Played against, this is the second Stompy game in this league. That mono white loss was brutal in round 2. It's kind of like I don't like losing to burn. I also don't like losing to mono white. Like if I lose to Stompy, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Easy cast down here. Sucks I wasn't able to permanently deal with the Rancor, but against the trophy leader, they're probably going to play pretty tight. They're not going to jam Rancor when they shouldn't. I'm going to counter this. They might not have any more creatures. Yeah, nice. This is perfect. So I can just go Preordain, see what I am going to draw. Wow, these are actually both good. I can Ninja back a Thorn. I think that's actually fine. Alternatively, I can bottom. But they don't have anything. They have a Rancor in hand. I'm going to have 5 mana next turn. Just going to top even against my better judgment. With no creatures on board, it's going to be hard for them to take the Monarchy, especially if I can just jam another Rose or Thorn. Yeah, they just concede. Nice. All right. On the draw, the Thorn plan does seem a little bit worse. It's not like the Ninja plan seems great, though. I again don't think Chainer's Edict is good. They just have a lot of small bodies, and when they suit up one thing, they can just sack the other things to Chainer's Edict. It is another removal spell. Yes, it works well if we draw a lot of removal, but just seems weak to me. Dispel is actually interesting just because it's a 1 mana interaction spell that deals with specifically Hunger of the Howl Pack. I think the fact that they don't have Groundswell anymore makes it bad, and they even have Savage Swipe, which is a sorcery. It just can't be right. All right, let's jam. We just need to draw a black source and removal spells. That's what I want. Come on, trophy leader. I can't let him get another one. Ah, man. I have a Preordain. I'm on the draw. So essentially I get 4 looks. They kept 7. I'm going to keep. All I need to find is a black source, and I need to find it in the top 4. And then my hand is actually pretty good. Because I drew a card, that's 1 look. And then I have Preordain, that's 2 more looks, plus I could, yeah, perfect. There it is. There's the swamp. I think I top here, actually. Yeah, so I would have had 2 more looks there. I could have bought them both and then drawn a card as my 4th look, and then even drawn a card on my next turn. So I even had 5 looks. but I hit the actual swamp, which is great. Now this hand just becomes good. Nest Invader, okay. I could cast down right now, but the fact that I have Snuff Out makes me not want to. I think I do want to cast down rather than Augur. So I think I'm just going to go Swamp Go. And if they just go to attack, I'll probably just try to cast down something. Just the fact that that I have Snuff Out is huge. I picked these up not too long ago, and I had to get the OGR. I think it's sweet. I played with this card as a kid, and pretty dope card. All right, another land is actually good to see because that means they have less potential threats. They just attack for 4 again. I'm gonna go for cast down here. And then maybe they let it happen and hunger this, in which case I go for Snuff Out. I'm not going to cast down right now, I don't think. Or I'm not going to Snuff Out right now. I'll just take 2. Yeah. Elephant Guide on Eldrazi spawn. I don't think I can let that happen because the 3/3 is pretty annoying. Well played from the opponent. It's kind of annoying that I have to kill this, but still good for us now. Now I can just even cast down on our turn. Seems good to me. Then they have nothing on board. Alternatively, I can just pass with Spellstutter up, go to 10. That might be better. I mean, I'm definitely cycling Ash Barrens for Mountain. All right, for Mountain, for Island. They didn't play any protection spells on the first cast down. All right, I can take 2 more damage. Just get Island and pass the turn. They just attack, I'll take it. Just being able to Spellstutter something here is so huge. And I can also just being able to leave up cast down, end of turn cast down, or Spellstutter Sprite is really nice. Next turn I can also play Faerie Seer, which is good. Maybe just going for cast down there was better, but I like just passing the turn here. I wonder if they're thinking about going for Rancor. I mean, hopefully for us they are with no protection. That'd obviously be ideal. I just go for cast down. I can go to 10 here. End step, do I flash and Spellstutter? I think end step I just cast down this. I like this line still. Ooh, another cast down is great. Now I'm going to play this so I can Spellstutter a 2-drop. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to cycle Ash Barrens, hit another land drop here. Bottom. Oh no, I'm drawing this next turn. Drawing this next turn is actually probably not good enough. I'm just going to bottom it. Because I don't want to have to cycle it next turn. If I could have cycled it now and played a land, I would have done it, but I thought I was like preordaining or something. I mean, any creature they play, I'm going to counter it. And then I have a cast down for their next creature. Like, I'm feeling pretty good here. And then I can get Ninja going, especially if I can Spellstutter something. Maybe we take one off the trophy leader here. Now, do I Spellstutter Sprite end of turn? And then Ninja it back? see a real reason to. I'm gonna go for Ninja here. Worst case is I miss and then I replay Faerie Seer and then I have a lot of gas left in the tank. They have 5 cards in hand now. Like, what is their hand? Could just be a bunch of like Hungers and Rancors and stuff and no creatures. Or they could have saved up creatures. But I think I attack and Ninja. I think it's worth. If I hit a land, it's just so good. I have to tap Swamp though, so I won't be able to cast down. I really still think it's worth the Ninja here. Like, what are they thinking about? Do they have Gut Shot? They might have Gut Shot. They're thinking like, should I Gut Shot that before they can Ninja it? Well, I'm kind of putting them on Gut Shot here. Because, like, what else could they be thinking about? I don't think they have any flash creatures. They don't really have any flash effects that matter except for, like, instants like Hunger of the Hell Pack. I mean, I can even pull up their most recent deck list, most likely, with 50 trophies. I'm bound to be able to find a list of theirs. Let's see what they played in the Pauper Super Qualifier, shall we? We got 13th place in the Super Qualifier, and what do you know? They played Stompy. Yeah, you can also counter Vines. This is almost assuredly their list. So yeah, I'm putting them on Gut Shot 100%. I mean, I already was even before I saw the list, but now it's just kind of confirmed. They probably brought in some number of longbows and Gut Shots. All right, well, that's their list. All right, I'll attack and I'm gonna Ninja if they let me. Especially if they have Gut Shot, like they can just kill the Spellstutter anyway. I actually like Snuff Out. Yeah, let's do it. Just, even though it's not a land and it costs 4 life, being a 0 mana card here is really nice. Alright, I was worried about like them just playing multiple good creatures or multiple good spells. But this actually isn't too bad. Yeah, they make a big creature, and they had the Gut Shot, of course. But I can just easily just kill this. So I'm going to definitely kill it now. And I am going to Snuff Out, I think, because I want to deploy another creature, whether that's Spellstutter or Augur. Why don't I just Augur right now? Maybe hit a blue cantrip. Miss. Come on. Just kill this now. And they have 2 cards left. I'm at 6. But my hand is good. Another Savage Swipe. Oh, a Rancor. Okay. That's annoying. Obviously, wish I had this up now, but I don't. I could just go for cast down right now. That might be the safest option. If I go for it on upkeep and they have vines, I get blown out. I don't think they have vines, but is there a real benefit to waiting? I don't think so. I'm just going to do it now. So they get Rancor back. I can attack. They don't have haste creatures. Okay. This is still looking reasonable. They have Rancor in hand that we know about. Maybe they're out of creatures. And they are. Okay. So I have a couple options here. I have a lot of good options. I mean, if I just play Thorn, again, they don't have haste creatures, so then I just get the Monarchy, basically. I can also just ninja, leave up Spellstutter. That seems pretty backbreaking. Ninja is similar to Monarchy because I'm drawing extra cards per turn. Um, and this way I still get to leave up Spellstutter, where Thorn I don't get to leave anything up. Another ninja, okay. I just did want to leave up Spellstutter to counter a creature because I think they don't have another creature. They also probably brought in Riverblow. What did they take out? Maybe Vault Scourges. They could like bring in. I wonder if they brought in all 3 gut shots and all 3 longbows. Not really sure. Ledgewalker. Wow, I cannot counter that. That's pretty bad for me. I'm gonna counter the Rancor though. And then I can ninja back Spellstutter. So I'm still looking reasonable. Oh, they have Gut Shot? No. Okay, they're at 11. Another Spellstutter. I can flash that in to block. Okay, let's attack to start. Opponent is hanging in this game. Land is good. Don't know if it actually does anything. Chainer's Edict? Chainer's Edict one time, Augur? Let's go. Preordain. Preordain's not bad. Bottom. Not going to play Faerie Seer, I don't think. They know about Spellstutter Sprite. I could die to certain things here for sure. I mean, I can also just play Faerie Seer, and then I don't die to that much. I feel like just leaving up Spellstutter is better. They know I have it, but I am going to flash in and try to block if they attack. I think that's better than just playing Faerie Seer here. Because this way they can't play anything, any 1-drop pre-combat like another Rancor or something that could be annoying. Okay, they just let the trade happen. Interesting. Now I have a lot of good options. Nest Invader, sure. Are they going to go Hunger of the Howlpack or Rancor? So they have a 4-2 trample. I'm at 4. Another land is actually decent. I think I just attack with Ninja. And I could even go Thorn plus Augur here, which would be a pretty strong play. They have only 1 card left. Like, are they going to trade here? I'd be happy with that. Are they going to chump? I'd be happy with that. So, I'm feeling in a good spot. But I could certainly still die. My plan most likely is going to be to play Thorn plus Augur, but I'll lead on Augur. See what I hit. Ooh, wow. I mean, I'm obviously I think I'm just taking Counterspell, and I'm just trying to decide if I want to just leave up Counterspell or play Thorn. I think leaving up Counterspell is the safest, because I also get to deploy Faerie Seer here. So then I have plenty of blockers and a Counterspell up. Bottom, top. And I'm feeling pretty good. They need like 2 relevant spells here. They could draw a land at any point. Nice. We got him. Got the trophy leader. Sacred Devil, Mono Green, did not do it today. We're 2-0 against Mono Green, and we lost against Mono White. 2-1. That was another sweet match. A lot of fun. Really close. Really close. Good game, Sacred Devil. Hope to see you around more. And let's go round 4. All right. 2-1 now. We're against Mary Lobdus. Definitely played this person before. We're on the play. This hand doesn't do anything. Ash Barrens is not good by itself. Get a mulligan. And we'll keep this one. That one is done, but we got the backup. What are we putting back here? I'm going to keep this. I could just put back Island. I can put back one of my other lands, like an Ash Barrens. I could also put back Terramorphic Expanse. I think I'm putting back Terramorphic, and then I can go Brainstorm, and I can even Brainstorm end of turn and then upkeep Ash Barrens. Then if I draw another Preordain or something, I can still cast that on turn 2. I like it. I want to keep all these lands and all these spells. I know I've played this person before, like I said, but I don't know what they're on. I've been loving Pauper recently, honestly. I think it's in a pretty good spot. I think Tron is a little bit oppressive, but because of the nature of the deck, not that many people like to play it in leagues because it takes so long. It's really difficult to play, and it just takes so many clicks that, again, it's tough to play. It's tough to play on time constraint because of all the clicking you have to do, and it's tough to play just on decision wise. So because of that, not really many people play it in the leagues. So the leagues are okay, and in the tournaments, Tron is a little bit overpowered. But what are you gonna do? I guess you could ban Tron. All right, this does not look great to me. I don't need to shuffle on upkeep. I could just leave up Counterspell and then shuffle end of turn if I need to. I mean, I think these cards are actually fine. Let's just put back like that. And I can always shuffle away Fleet Admiral if I want. I'm just going to play Island next turn, actually. And then just leave up counters. I mean, if opponent doesn't have a threat down, having triple Counterspell is just pretty brutal. That's why they don't print this card anymore. And I'm hoping they just don't really do much. I mean, they're probably going to do something that I counter, but if they just go land go, I can just cycle Ash Barrens. It's not like drawing Fleet Admiral is the absolute worst, but I think I still will cycle Ash Barrens on my upkeep if I counter something. Not sure. Then I don't have another counter up. I don't know. That might seem bad. Let's just see here. They're going to play like a Pathetic Prism or something. Oh, them not playing anything is nice. Now I just get to free roll, cycle, and just continue to leave up Counterspell. Gurmag is actually good too. If they play something I can kill with this, I can just Agony Warp it. Agony Warp usually not great in these type of matchups, but they're probably just on Jeskai Affinity. This is a card I just don't like that much. Is that how the art is supposed to look? Weird, I like the other art better. Thoughtcast. Yeah, I'll counter that. Gets another card in. They only need to tap one land too. Gets another card in my yard for Gurmag. And I want to fight over resources here. Okay. Spellstutter's just not great overall in this matchup, but it's a fine draw here. I couldn't deploy Gurmag, but I wouldn't have anyway. I want to leave up counters. 2 mana. It's this. Oh, Core Skyfisher. I could have just let it resolve, I suppose, and then Agony Warped it. But Then they don't get mana off this. Witching Well. Well, that would have been a decent one to Spellstutter. It's kind of unfortunate. I can tap out for a 5/5, which honestly doesn't seem that great. Probably should have just let Core Skyfisher resolve. Because now they can just crack for 2 cards. If I just let Core Skyfisher resolve, I could have Spellstuttered the Witching Well and then untap, pass again, just leave Core Skyfisher sitting there, and then like Agony Warp it at some later time. So probably a misplay in hindsight, but keeping the Agony Warp is not bad, especially considering I have another Counterspell. I want to draw lands at some point. Maybe this can counter a Galvblast in the future or something. This card is just so powerful right now. Bread and butter or Pauper right here. They're just passing. Do I just get Spellstutter down in case I draw Ninja? I'm pretty mana tight. Let's do it. They're probably just going to crack Witching Well. Faerie Seer, huh? I just don't even want to play that. Because I won't have counter up. I'll still have double removal spell up. I'm probably going to play it. I mean, they get to draw 2 with Witching Well here. It's bad for me. I think I'm at the point where I just play this out, and if they happen to draw more Thoughtcast or something, so be it. They actually can't make red mana yet. But I do have a cast down for an Atog. Getting the Scry here is nice. Brutal, because I can guaranteed hit on this Augur on the Preordain. It's not a bad turn. I'll just top. I think it's enough gas that it's worth missing my land drops potentially, because if they end of my turn crack Witching Well, they go up to 4 cards, they drop to 5, and if they play a creature, I can cast down it end of turn, and then I can untap Augur, Preordain, and get some stuff going. Mirror Enforcer resolves. They have another Mirror Enforcer. Prism. Can't counter that. They can make 1 more mana with Springleaf Drum. This is all they do. This is good for me. Okay, land. Land's actually not bad. Alright, so now I just go for cast down. And then I probably go for the Augur line. Augur into Preordain line. I know leaving up Counterspell is... Oh, do they have Galvblast? Now I get to go for Gurmag into leave up Counterspell. This is actually good for me. I wanted 1 more thing to go to the graveyard. Because now I can Gurmag for 1 mana. Gurmag for Angler. I can Gurmag for 1 Angler. Now I can Gurmag for 1 mana. And then leave up counter. I know I don't guaranteed hit on this Augur. But leaving up counter here I think is better than Augur for Preordain. Augur is still decent just to cast blind, so it's not like necessary that I do it right now. And leaving up counter to protect my Gurmag or to stop important threats from the opponent is pretty huge. Definitely counter a Thoughtcast. Do not want my opponent divinationing all over the place. It's a Core Skyfisher. It's a Tog? Okay. Core Skyfisher, okay. This is reasonable. Can I find Snuff Out here? So why don't I Preordain? bottom both of these. These are not good. So I have a couple options. I can attack with Gurmag, and they probably will just take. Why don't I start with that? And if they block with a Tog and go to sack something, I can Agony Warp in response. And that kind of can blow them out. They're not going to do that, though. Almost assuredly, they're not going to do that. Augur into Snuff Out is where I want to be here. Leave out blue because I could always hit a cantrip. There's Brainstorm. I can just Brainstorm later, like either end of turn or maybe I should have done it now because I could have hit Snuff Out. Now they can potentially fling me. Not really. They don't have enough artifacts. I think I'm supposed to Brainstorm here actually though. Okay, well there is Snuff Out. I think I just Snuff Out the Hatog in response to this. I think it's just safest. They could even have Dispel, but I think that's what I want to do. So I did hit the Snuff Out. So what I should have done is Brainstorm on my turn and then Snuff Out immediately. But I did not do that. I thought of it just a second too late. I still feel like I'm in a good position though, especially if I just deal with this Hatog. And then I'm drawing a cast down as well. I can bottom an Agony Warp or even top it just because it deals with this, but this card is just so good. 0 mana Doomblade. As you start to play more Magic, you'll realize that paying life, your life total is just another type of resource. And you might say, like, when you start playing Magic, oh, pay for life, I don't want to do that. But as you can see here, it's like I'm at 20. It doesn't really matter my life total if I'm at 10 or 20. What's more important is that I get to play spells for the cheap mana cost and especially free. So it's just like Snuff Out and things like that. The Phyrexian mana spells like Gut Shot, Mutagenic Growth, they're so good because they're 0 mana. We've been able to fight a lot of the opponent's card draw, just not all of it. But I think we're still pretty far ahead here. We have 2 more removal spells coming. Frogmite is fine. Just don't care about that at all. Let's lead Preordain. I think I'm going to top the Agony Warp actually. Probably just going to take out Core Skyfisher right now with it. And then attack with Gurmag. Ooh, Ninja though? I don't really want to Ninja my Gurmag, but let's just top. Go -3/-0. And kill Core Skyfisher. They can Galv Blast something right now if they want. And then I just get to attack for 6. Probably not attacking with Augur. I'll just stay back to block Frogmite. It's just a free block anyway on Augur. Then next turn I get to Ninja the Faerie Seer. I even have Cast Down as well next turn. So we've just been operating pretty nicely on 4 mana here. 3 mana for most of the game. Looks like the opponent is officially out of gas. I guess I could go Cast Down, attack with all, then Ninja, but I think I like just Ninja back Faerie Seer, and then see what I want to do after that. Wow, they're chumping into Galv Blast, it looks like. They still have to Galv Blast the Gurmag, probably. I can even cast down the Frogmite before damage, because I think they have Galv Blast. Let's not, because if they Galv Blast this and 2-for-1 themselves, then I still have Ninja going. And I get to save my cast down. So they're Galv Blast, maybe they have double Galv Blast. So they're Galblasting this, so I can actually just cast down this. They should have waited for damage, because now they get wrecked. Yeah, that was just a missed sequence from the opponent there. They need to wait. You need to wait for damage first, so that kind of stuff doesn't happen. Because if you wait for damage and then Gallop Blast, there's nothing you can do with a removal spell. But if you Gallop Blast first, then you just get 2-for-1, and you know maybe even like a sort of 3-for-1 because my Gurmag doesn't die. They lose their Frogmite. Their Gallop Blast doesn't do anything. So it's like instead of this dying and both of these getting traded, it's like this stays alive and both of these still go to the graveyard. I know I have to use this, but yeah, that was just bad sequencing from the opponent, and they paid the price. I actually do like Hydroblast. They have Galvblast and they have a Tog. I'm just never bringing in Bondage Ornament. When do I bring that in? Why do I even have that? Do I bring one in here? I mean, it's not bad. Should we try it? I mean, Thorn seems pretty good, right? Chainer's Edict does not seem great. Oh, they disconnected? They might be pissed about their misplay. They might not come back, so we'll see if they do. We got time to sideboard though. Like, do I bring in Bondage Ornament? When do I want it? Do I want it in the blue mirrors? I think I want it in like specifically the blue black mirror, like blue black Delver, blue black Fae. I think that's when I want Bondage Ornament. But I think Spellstutter is actually not great in this matchup because a lot of their spells like Thoughtcast, Mirror Enforcer, Frogmite, these all cost a lot more mana than they're actually spending. Frogmite even costs 4, Mirror Enforcer costs 7, and Thoughtcast costs 5. So you're not really able to Spellstutter any of those. So that can come out. Agony Warp's not great. I can cut Agony Warps. It only kills their small stuff that I don't really care about. I kind of want to bring in Bondage Ornament 2 to try it. Might be wrong though. I mean, I am trying to kind of turn into the control deck here. I can just do like this or something. I don't hate that. It's probably wrong to bring in Bondage Ornament, but I kind of just want to try it. So I'm going to try it here. We're going to see how it goes. Opponent is disconnected right now. Oh, it said they joined the game and they chose to play first. Okay, they just disconnected and came back real quick. Okay, I'll keep this hand. This is another one where we need to find a black source, but if we do, the hand is good. And we have a Preordain. Okay, well, those are not it. And now we're in trouble. We had a lot of looks and we missed this time, it looks like. Just discarding a 4-drop probably. That sucks. Could have even topped an island there. Okay, we're doing it the slow way. The real slow way. All right. At least I'll have Snuff Outs going. So I'm going to cycle Ash Barrens for Swamp, play Swamp next turn. Thoughtcast, that's not good. I'm really far behind here. I'll just use this to get my ninja going at some point. Ooh, Cart Clan. Why do they bring this in? For ninja? It deals damage to each creature without flying. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right. I mean, I'm not blocking Cart Clan, right? I know they can deal with my ninja with it, but then it kills itself too. That makes no sense to me. just gonna cast down the Mirror Enforcer when they attack. And just see what happens. I had to get Swamp in play at that turn. 100%. Let's just take the 4 for this for Snuff Out. They don't have a Dispel, which is good. I can come back here. I have a lot of removal spells. Okay. I can even Hydroblast the Cart Clan if I want. Core Skyfisher is not ideal. Essentially turns it into a 4-mana 3/2 flying draw card. So good. But paid in 2 separate installments, which is a lot different than 4-mana 3/2 flying draw, 2-mana 2/3 drawing draw card almost. It's kind of like Foretell, except backwards. You get the creature first. Still don't fully understand why this is in the deck. I mean, I have a couple options here. I can go Snuff Out this right now, attack Ninja, and then they have to Cart Clan the Ninja away. It's reasonable. I think I'm just going to not do that and just maybe I do that. No, because I can Hydroblast this and then keep my Ninja going longer. I'll just play this and pass. Plan to cast down something, maybe Snuff Out something, but I'll plan to just Snuff Out this and do nothing else. I can even trade Faerie Seer for Cart Clan if I want and get Ninja going on Augur later. I know my life total is low, but my cards in hand are good. So I can still win this game. No attacks, can't attack into the 2/3 flying, and then they probably are just going to replay Prism. If they go for Gallop Blast right now, it's definitely bad for me. They have to have, they 100% have Gallop Blast. The way they're not just like F6 or passing the turn quickly. And if they go for Gallop Blast right now, I'll just cast down in response. And then I'll probably just shuffle. I'll probably just fetch so I can F6 and not worry about it. It's not like I'm disguising that I'm going to get an island with this. It's obvious. Okay, they just untapped. I feel like they have Gallop Blast though. If they attack with both, I think I trade. Let's go to blocks. And then before damage, I'm going to go for cast down actually. Why are they just offering this trade? I just don't understand this at all. Like, they can't sack 5 artifacts to kill Gurmag. Are they really concerned with killing this? This is the only thing I can think of why this would be in the deck, but I think it's just wrong. I don't think it's good. 3 mana. Reaping the Graves? Storm 1? Jeez. I've never seen Reaping the Graves in that deck. And they're getting Mirror Enforcer, which is actually good for me. They got Cart Clan instead of Core Skyfisher? No. That's wrong. Just because they wanted... They didn't even replay it. What's happening? Why did they do that? They got Cart Clan back and Mirror Enforcer back? That makes no sense. I mean, I can go for cast down right now. Why didn't they get Core Skyfisher back? Maybe they misclicked? I'll just Augur. It sets my ninja up better for next turn. I can still Snuff Out, and I have Hydroblast up. Do they have Pyroblast up here, maybe? Yeah. Alright. Well, let's just Hydroblast this, I think. I don't care about Clark Clan at all. Ah, that sucks. We've been missing on Augur a lot this league. I could have also Snuff Out right now while they were tapped out. Should have done that, I think. Because again, I'm just forced to do it now, but I'm pretty confident they don't have Dispel. They could have drawn it, but just a slight misstep. See if we get punished. Just Gallop Blast. Okay. I mean, we had no business winning that game. Dog's coming in to say goodnight. What's up, bud? He just likes to check on me when he's going to bed. Alright, I still don't really like Agony Warp. I do like all the Hydroblasts. Counters Pyroblast, Gallop and kills the Tog. And Cart Clan Shaman for whatever that's worth. I do like setting out some number of Spellstutters. Let's try the Bonders again. Fuck it. We got this. Alright, I'll keep this. Alright. Am I playing Faerie Seer or am I cycling Ash Barrens for Island on turn 1? I think I'm just playing Faerie Seer. I want to scry into more lands. And I can always go Brainstorm. I guess I can't really shuffle yet, but getting the scry here is nice. Let me pause for 1 second. Okay, I had to check that text. I think I just need to bottom looking for lands. Yeah. Those cards were reasonable, but I think lands are just better. And if I draw other spells in my deck, as long as they're not Faerie Seer, they're going to be fine. This card is pretty weak in general. It's just a good fairy. It enables ninja and it works with Spellstutter Sprite, which is why it's seeing a lot of play. All right, nice. That's good. That's good. I'm just going to leave up Counterspell. I could just jam Augur, but if I just leave up Counterspell and they do nothing, then that's fine. I get to go Brainstorm Shuffle. Yeah, I really like just not playing Augur this turn. And if they do something, no matter pretty much what it is, I get to counter it. And then I get to start doing my stuff. That I'll let resolve. Because I still get to Brainstorm Shuffle here and then leave up counter next turn. This is interesting. I think I want to put back Island Faerie Seer. Just because it's the weakest card by a long shot, and then I can shuffle at the end of their turn still for Swamp. It's a little bit awkward, but I think it's the best line. It was a pretty bad draw off that Brainstorm. Still a good Brainstorm shuffle though. Sets up our future draws to be better than what they would have been potentially. Land is not good. I'm still gonna pass just with Counterspell up. And then next turn I can either Augur and have Counterspell up, or if I counter this turn, I can counter and then double Augur next turn. Yeah, I'll just counter this. Pyroblast? Sure. Hydroblast right on time. Let's go Augur. Can we hit on 2 Augurs in a row? 2 Augurs in a row. Can we? We've been missing a lot this league. Opponent's tapped out. They can't counter this. I mean, a 4/4 is not that big of a problem. The problem is they have 2 cards on the table. That's more what's kind of scary about this board state. But I'm planning to jam another Augur. Oh, there's the Snuff Out I wanted. Perfect. I'm just going to Snuff Out this now. Well, they can't counter it. And I am going to jam another Augur. Alright, nice. We hit on double Augur. Now can we draw Ninja? I need to dodge 1 good turn from the opponent here. Hitting on 2 Augurs was so nice there. 2 mana, 1/3, draw 2 good spells. That's so good when they hit. Alright, 4/4 is good. Crack Star for white, interesting. They haven't played any Thraben Inspectors yet. I wonder if they have those in their deck. Oh, I called for it, didn't I? I straight up called for it. Now I can attack with Faerie Seer. If I play Island first like I did, then I get to leave up Hydroblast and Counterspell here. They don't have that many red spells, so let's just Hydroblast it. They know we have Counterspell as well. Oh, Red Blast the Hydroblast. All right, I'll let the star resolve. So they're Red Blasting, targeting Hydroblast. I'm sure I'll let that resolve. I think I'll just counter the Gald Blast. Draw a card. Hit for 2. And they can't really attack because of Ninja. They have 1 card left. Looking good for us. Oh, Thorn is such a good draw. I think I'll just fetch now. Then Scry, then Thorn. Oh, top for sure. Let's go. Top. Thorn. And then I'm drawing Cast Down into Spellstutter. And I have a million blockers. This is feeling pretty over. They need to have a couple really good draws, and they don't have any gas left. Now that I have the Monarch, that should be game. Two mana Fling. Okay, sure. Now they have 0 cards, and I still have the Monarchy. With still a reasonable amount of power. And a Spellstutter in hand. Counterspell? No. Okay, sure. Think I actually play this? No, there's no reason to. Because I can just Ninja back this. I think I like just fetch now. Do I attack with this too? No. Another Ninja. Nice. Whew. 3-1. Let's see if we can get the 4-1. These blue decks are just so good. Either any one of them. Mono blue, blue red, blue black. They're all great. Blue black has 2 varieties as well. Blue black Delver, which is just the only creatures it plays is Delvers, Augurs, and 4 Gurmags. But then there's also Blue Black Faeries, which is what we're playing, which does not play Delvers, but plays the Fairy package with Spellstutter, Faerie Seer, and Ninja. But all these 3 blue decks, or 4, whatever variety you want, they're all really good, and they're all really fun to play. I just seem to always do well when I play them. But this league has been super fun. I'm stoked, and let's go for the 4-1. See you in round 5. All right, welcome to the 5th and final round. We're against Bruno Sam, and we're on the play. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not perfect, but it's reasonable. We can brainstorm, and then depending on what we draw, we can even just use Augur to shuffle and hit off Augur if we want to put a spell back with Brainstorm. Oh, we're in the blue mirror, so we get to finally test out these Bonders ornaments for real. Double Bonders ornament coming in. Let's go. I wonder if this is the mirror or blue black. Oh, it can't be blue black delver. So it's either mono blue delver, blue red, or yeah, blue red fairies or blue black fae. Or do I want to brainstorm end of turn? I think so. This is not an ideal hit, that's for sure. I can guaranteed hit on Augur by putting like Snuff Out land and then casting Augur. But that's not that great, and it even reveals Snuff Out. I think what I want to do is put back like Ash Barrens, and then just play Augur anyway and have 2 out of 3 outs to hit on Augur and shuffle away 1 card that I don't want. It's a bit greedy. It's worth it. Let's just do it. So I need to hit out of only 2 out of 3 cards on this Augur, but I think we can do it. And then play Swamp to have Snuff Out up. Oh, we did it. Nice. Now if they go for Ninja on turn 2, I just get to blow them out. I didn't really want to put back Snuff Out and have them know about it. It just makes it so much worse, it seems. Okay, this is a mirror. Please go for Ninja. I'm gonna let them try for it. Nice. This is so good for me. Get out. And now I get to Faerie Seer and have Spellstutter up. Let's go. This was like ideal. Ooh, these are both good. Let's go top. Attack for 1. I think I wanted to draw Spellstutter first. I could be wrong about that, but might not be able to cycle this Ash Barrens quite yet. Maybe I was supposed to Ninja next turn. I think that's a little bit greedy. So we know there's a Ninja on top. Kind of have to just play this Ash Barrens, as bad as that is. Want to have double Spellstutter up here. We know they have a Faerie Seer that they did not replay, which is just kind of weird. I'm just going to counter this, I think. Just because I have another Spellstutter. I'd rather just counter this, not let them Brainstorm shuffle. And I know I'm drawing Ninja next turn, so I can get a Spellstutter back. So I'd rather like use them while I can. Build up my fairy count as well. Yeah, I'm gonna counter this too. They can Faerie Seer if they want. That's fine. Almost rather than Faerie Seer than Preordain. Because a 1/1 flying is a lot worse than draw a card. Now I'm just going to attack with all and bounce a Spellstutter back to my hand. Playing it pretty aggressive this game, but I like this line. can't counter a Snuff Out, but still pretty far ahead. I'm just going for that T2 Ninja when I had the Snuff Out. Oh, they have a Snuff Out too. Okay, like I said, that's bad for me, but I'm still pretty far ahead. They're at 11. I have another Spellstutter. Could have thought about just jamming Augur there as well. It's a removal spell. Oh, this is a Gurmag Angler. Okay. This is definitely not over. Let's just Augur. Miss. Okay. I'm still feeling pretty decent. I'll probably counter any 1 or 2 drop with Spellstutter. Just been getting decent value out of that, countering like a lot of their cantrips. I'll take 5. I can hit back. Okay. I was gonna say Island would be good so I can leave up Counterspell. If I find like a Snuff Out would be good. A Cast Down, I probably won't cast this turn, but I can play it next turn with counters up. Maybe I should have gone for Counterspell there rather than Spellstutter, because they could have a removal spell here to turn this off. Yeah, they go down to 6 though. And I still have my Counterspell. So now they go down to 4. I mean, I'm winning this race. They have 1 card left. They can't Snuff Out for life anymore. I'm still pretty far ahead. That was a little loose, but okay, it's bad for me. Dispel. It's actually bad for me too, considering I have this counter. Alright, I go to 6. Another counter. Alright, I think all I can do is attack for 1 and then I have to chump Gurmag. I could also go to 1. Then if I find any removal spell, I kind of blow them out. Yeah, I played this a little loose, I think. I think I just chump. I probably should have counterspelled rather than spell stuttering, but I did not. Do I go for it? No, I can go for it next turn. I think actually I go for it on upkeep. They can dispel, but then I can counter back. Yeah, I like this, going for it on upkeep. They can dispel here, and then I go for counter. Yep. Getting the spell stutter down wasn't even that bad, just because it's the 1/1 body. It's like been applying pressure, threatening their life total. So another counter spell. They had the double counter in hand. I'm still not feeling too bad. Like if they attack and I draw a removal spell, I win. Like they might not want to attack. Okay, they're going for it. I mean, I would too. I'm not gonna block here though. It's definitely right to not block because then a removal spell wins me the game, especially considering I have counterspell backup. So it's definitely right to just go to 1. All right. That should do it. They have 1 card, I have a counterspell, and I have 2 power. So I played that a little loose, but I don't hate my lines actually. So yeah, I think I like it. All right, let's bring these in. Haven't played this mirror for a while. I think all these are good. I don't know what's not that good. I know these aren't that great. I think I can cut some cantrips. I want like maximum threat density in the deck. Sounds weird, but in Pauper specifically, I think it's a reasonable option to like cut cantrips when you want like maximum number of like interactive spells. I think I can cut an Augur. I just don't want to miss on them. Spellstutter seems really good. Maybe I just like go down in general on this package and just play like the more control, just play a controlling game with the Bonder's Ornaments. Do I even want Chainer's Edict? There's no way that can be good. There's no chance that can be good, no. This is a lot of stuff to bring in, though. I'm bringing in a ton of counter spells. I don't know what else to side out. Maybe that's why people only have 1 Bonder's Ornament in the side. Maybe Spellstutter's not as good as I think it is as well. And just go like this. I know Augur is like a value card, but I'm also bringing in 2 artifacts and 3 creatures. It's tough. It's tough. Want to leave Augur in if I can. Snuff Out is good in the fact that it costs 0 mana. Maybe just siding out 2 ninjas because they have augurs themselves to block ninjas. So I don't think I want too much of that effect. Again, I'm just going full like blue black control with like this weird small ninja package. Maybe I just side out Faerie Seer entirely. I think I actually like that better and just going like full greed. I still think ninja's like not great, especially without the Faerie Seers. But yeah, I'm just going full greed here. Yeah, this looks great. I just want to be like this weird blue black control deck post board. Leading Swamp. That means that their mana must be pretty awkward. I like my hand, so I'm probably just going to lead Shuffle with Ash Barrens rather than Brainstorm. I guess I lead end of turn Brainstorm. Yeah, that makes sense. They have Ash Barrens. Yeah, I guess I lead end of turn Brainstorm here. Um, I guess I could get Spellstuttered. Jeez. I'm just gonna cycle. Again, I like my hand, and I could always set up a Brainstorm for Augur. Let's get Swamp. I'm just gonna go blind Augur though, I think. I can't get Spellstuttered, so I'm pretty safe. Maybe I just hit. Okay, well, got wrecked. That's why I wanted to side out some Augurs, because it's really bad when that happens. Now they're going Brainstorm Shuffle. Maybe even misplayed this game already. I went for the greedy line, like if I hit on this, the line I took I think pays off. But the fact that I didn't I mean, I just like playing Magic with so much greed. I think if you play well otherwise, I think greed is usually worthwhile. All right, let's go land preordain because then I can cast down like a Spellstutter if I want. I might just snuff out it though. Probably just gonna go snuff out because this can kill anglers. If they go dispel, I'll just play another snuff out on it. I want a preordain here. Get closer to my angler as well, which is nice. Yeah, missing on this is just so bad, which is like why I wanted to side some out. Dispel. Okay, again, that resolves, and then I'll just cast down again. Cast down does not kill Angler because it's destroyed her non-black. So I get to resolve Preordain. Yeah. I'm gonna top. And then I'll attack and leave up cast down. And then I might just jam Thorn. Seems good. Maybe they tap out for creatures here, like augurs of their own. Are they tapping out for Gurmag? Are they playing Duress? What is this? Black mana? Ash Barrens? Okay. That was my last guess. They have 4 cards in hand, so do I. Faerie Seer, okay. I'm gonna let the scry resolve and then I go for cast down actually. I could get Spellstutter to get blown out, but that's true regardless. I'd rather them scry first and not know about this. And if this works, then I just get to tap out for Thorn. Or I could just tap out for Angler first. If this doesn't resolve, I definitely play Angler. Alright, it resolved. Now I think I'm just going for Thorn. Let's just attack. And then Thorn. If they Spellstutter Sprite and take the Monarchy back, I could lose the game. If they counter this, it's fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but... Yeah, okay. I probably would have rathered my Angler get countered, but I actually do like this counterspell art. Maybe I should get this one instead of the one that I have. This one is pretty sick. I love this old magic art. Exile to Gurmag Delve? That's brutal. Come on, dude. I was looking at that art. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Sleed, Brainstorm. No Spellstutter? Okay, nice. Actually want both of these Gurmags, surprisingly. So I have 6 cards in Yard. I want to leave up Dispel as well. I think I'm just going to take it kind of like a slow route. And go put back Angler Terramorphic. Oh, I meant to put back Angler Brainstorm. That was a mistake. Still okay though, having both of these, because I can always Brainstorm end of turn if I want. Then leave up 1 mana for Dispel. Brainstorm. I'll let that resolve. I know they can Brainstorm Shuffle, but I'd rather Dispel a Counterspell here. next turn, am I drawing Terramorphic? Then I have to Brainstorm into Angler, which is fine. But I should have had the Brainstorm on top, probably, and the Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic in play. Okay, just resolved. Wonder if they have a cast down for it. Cast down plus Counterspell would be brutal. Cycle Suffocating Fumes, sure. I'm really far ahead on time, which doesn't really matter. So this is going to at least be a bottom top or a bottom bottom, because there's one card they knew with Brainstorm. Unless they have like a perfect hand and they just want everything. I'm still feeling decent about this game. We have a couple cards in yard, one bottom, one top, as kind of expected. I'll just trade here if they attack. If not, I'll go to my turn and just offer the trade. Alright, let's attack. Just offer the trade to start. I don't think they have Spellstutter Sprite. I mean, they've had a lot of library manipulation here, so they could, but let's hope they don't. Let's go Brainstorm. Whew! These cards are good. Let's see, I'm gonna have 4 cards in yard, 5 cards in yard, potentially. I don't really want to shuffle away Negate and Counterspell. Let's say if I have 4 cards in yard. If I want to deploy Gurmag this turn, I have to have Dispel it, but I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I want to have all these counters up. Four cards in yard. Why don't I just put back Negate, Terramorphic, attack for, or I can't attack with this. I already attacked with Gurmag. Yeah, and then just pass. Faerie Seer. Let that resolve. This card, again, is just low impact. But I don't want to see would be like another Gurmag Angler from the opponent. Now I can draw Negate. Probably, oh no, I draw Terramorphic, okay. I think I'm fine drawing Negate. Just go play that. Wait, I'd have to crack this to leave up Counterspell specifically. Alright, I don't need Negate. I would want it, but I think this is worth. I know there's no more Gurmags left in my deck, so at least I have Counterspell up here. Just dispel this. Sucks that I don't have like another counter up for a cast down, but it is what it is. I could have waited one more turn to draw the Negate as well, but oh man, that just seemed greedy. Can't wait forever. Oh, this is a cast down. Yeah. No ninja, please. Okay, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna crack it, I think, on end step, just to thin my deck. This game could go on for a number of turns, and if it does, having one less land in my deck for the remainder of the game seems good. No ninja, please. Okay, it's good. I'm behind on life, but that's not that relevant. Having the counterspell is nice. Cast down is also decent. I don't want to kill that Faerie Seer. I'm just going to leave it around. I don't think Faerie Seer is that good. They have 2 cards. I have 2 cards. I have 1 more land, and I have Augur versus Faerie Seer, and I'm at a lower life total. Alright. Faerie Seer attacks for 1. Sure. They have 3 cards. No land. Okay, Preordain's good. I'll just start by attacking. Now Spellstutter Sprite really wrecks me. Because I can't cast down it because they have 2 fairies. No, don't do it. Okay. Just gonna counter this. I really want to Preordain here. Nah, it's brutal. I'm still not gonna kill this. I think 1 damage isn't that relevant. And if they ninja, I get to kill that. I know they get to scry again if that's the case, but again, I just don't want to have to cast down a Faerie Seer. Okay, that's what I wanted. Let's attack and then play that. I wonder if they have like Force Spike or like something whack in their deck. Please resolve. Just blanks this and makes my play of not killing it worthwhile. Okay, I'm pretty far ahead now that this resolved. Especially with the cast down. I wonder what they have. Maybe another negate, maybe a dispel, maybe a land. They don't want to play like an island. They have to have some relevant cards. Ooh, let's go. I have a cast down too. Jamming. This is Undying. Yeah. This is how we do it. Let's go. Come on, where's my Bonder's Ornaments at? I'm just not going to attack. I could have attacked for 1, but for some reason I like not attacking it. It's probably wrong. I probably should have attacked for 1. They can't have any like haste threats or flash ground threats, but especially with this ground blocker. Okay, so that was just wrong, but let's hope they don't stabilize at 1 and win the game. This is Spellstutter. Oh, cast down on my Stormbound Geist? Okay, so it just comes back. They're going to try to untap and play another removal spell. I think what I do, I draw a card and then I probably kill this right now or go try to. Because if they just have a bunch of removal spells in hand, then this is actually good because they can't take the Monarchy. They dispel it. Okay. So they can go removal spell, take the Monarchy, but then I have 2 creatures to potentially take the Monarchy back and a ninja. So I'm still feeling pretty far ahead. Are they going Thorn? What'd they do? Oh, Snuff Out, target Stormbound Geist. Okay, so they take the Monarchy. They have 1 mana up, but I'm super far ahead. I get to attack with both, ninja my Augur, hopefully find a removal spell, kill this, take the Monarchy, kind of go off here. Oh, that's good. They only have 1 card in hand that they drew randomly. Yeah. So I get the Monarchy back. I use the ability, yes. I play Augur. Find Preordain. Do I cast it? No. I know they can take the Monarchy back, but I'd rather just leave up Negate, or I was going to say removal spell, but didn't find it. So yeah, they can take it back, but having Negate up is huge. Okay, I can't counter that. I'm still feeling pretty far ahead here, especially with this Preordain and Fleet Admiral in hand. Oh, and they missed on Augur. Yeah, that'll do it. Now I'm feeling like this is the 2-0. Plus, I'm ahead by like almost double on time. So they take the Monarch, they draw an extra card, but having the Negate now is huge. I get to just attack with all. They probably have to block Ninja. I can Preordain first. Okay. They're somewhat stabilizing here. Hopefully they find a removal spell and try to cast it right now. And then I just negate it and use my mana efficiently. Oh, they missed on double Augur. That's unfortunate for them. They could have come back, but now it's going to be rough. They could have a Spellstutter Sprite. I think I'm just going to ignore this Ash Barrens for now and Preordain. Negate's not bad, but I think it's worse than an average draw. All right, I'm going to attack with all, take the Monarchy. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually bad for me. Kind of forgot about that, but I had to do it. Maybe I shouldn't have made that play and I should have just played Fleet Admiral. That being said, I still think I just play Fleet Admiral, take the Monarchy, and now it's kind of sketchy for them to even try to take the Monarchy. Like if they just go attack, I just flash in Spellstutter to block. And if they succeed in taking the Monarchy, I have a 3/3 unblockable. I really love the design of this card. All right. I feel like they're just going to attack with this. Yeah, they could have a removal spell, but if they do and they have to play it on Spellstutter, so be it. Brainstorm, okay. Worked out for them that they waited on the Brainstorm, because if they went for it main phase, I would have just countered it with Spellstutter. So that was a nice play from the opponent. Opponent is not going to have enough time for a long game 3. All right, so they go Counterspell. So they take the Monarchy, but I only get hit down to 5. And now this is a 3/3 unblockable. Sure. Still feeling decent about this game, surprisingly. Another Stormbound Geist is a good draw. 5, 6, 7. Let's just go lead on cycle this. Preordain. These both seem good to me. I don't really want to have to go down to 1, but I think I'm going to top. I think I just attack here. I get the Monarch, they go to 5. Play Stormbound Geist and draw Snuff Out. Like, now what? Now I have the Monarchy. I have Fleet Admiral as well. This card is insane because there's boards like this where, okay, they need to take the Monarchy to draw cards, but if they do, then I have a 3/3 unblockable. And even if not, it's still just a hill giant. This card can be better in certain situations, and honestly, the downside of Fleet Admiral, the reason why I don't like it as much is because it's blue, and any deck with access to red mana can just Pyroblast this. Or are they just not attacking? I'm just gonna untap if they don't do anything. But yeah, any deck with access to red mana can just Pyroblast this, and that makes it worse than some of the other options. Like in the blue-red control matchup, I think Thorn is better, just in the fact that it doesn't get Pyroblasted. Which is why some people I think play the red. It's a 4 mana 5/2 trample, and it takes the monarchy. I think this is better overall, but just the fact that this is blue and it gets Pyroblasted makes it potentially worse. I'm just gonna untap here. Have my negate up for if I want to cast down. All right, I'm gonna play land. They're at 5. I think I can attack with Fleet Admiral and Stormbound Geist. Then they have to do some blocking. Yeah, seems good to me. Just the fact that I have double removal spell plus counter in hand versus their one card. If they trade here, I get to like kill their Stormbound Geist for good potentially. I'm at 5 still. If they want to just take 3 off this, I'm fine with that. And then if they want to take the Monarch back, I'm probably fine with that too, because then I have a 3/3 unblockable, which is lethal. I'm pretty sure this is just game 2. An opponent with under 5 minutes left on the clock. This has been a grueling game, but okay. So this undies. And my thing undies as well, which is huge. Let's go to my end step and draw before I see what I want to do. They're cracking now, sure. They're really low on time. They're not winning a game 3. I think I'm just gonna go to cast down this right now. I could snuff out right now as well. I just don't think I need to. I already have a blocker for this. Like they have no attacks on board right now, and I have negate and snuff out still. Augur. Okay, that resolves. I can't counter it. Oop. Snuff out. Okay. They can't cast that for they can only cast it for 4, and I'm just gonna negate it here. Whatever they target, I'm just gonna negate. Now I have snuff out on this, lethal with this, so it's game. They can try to attack with all GGs. Those were GGs for sure. That was a really fun league. Um, nice 4-1 here with blue black. Beat mono green twice. Beat blue black. We lost to mono white. But yeah, great games. Zero cards in hand. 3 minutes left. I'm pretty sure that was game 2. Let me double check. But yeah, nice 4-1 there. Some chests and some QPs for our troubles. I think that deck was good. We weren't able to quite get the 5-0 there, but yeah, that deck was solid. Oh, what did we play against in against? Oh, we played against Affinity too. Yeah, so we beat Mono Green twice. We beat Affinity. We beat the Mirror, and we lost to Mono White. So we lost to the worst deck out of everything, in my opinion. But this deck will get you sometimes. I think our deck was solid. I think by my standards, I played well according to like my abilities. I think I played a good league. Let's look at the deck real quick before we wrap up. Um, the deck seemed strong to me. I don't know about the double bondage ornament in the sideboard. It's like every match, like I brought two in that last match. I just never saw them, but every match where I could have brought him in, I was like, do I have enough time for this? Like, I don't know if I do. Maybe one is right rather than two. Um, but the deck is sweet. The main deck is pretty tight. I like the main deck. Maybe I don't need triple cast down. I've seen people play echoing like one echoing truth main. I've seen I don't even know. I could play a ponder honestly. A ponder might be better than the last cast down. I like the two monarch cards. Maybe double fleet admiral is better than Thorn, but I like 1/1. I like that second Thorn in the board. The list for what it is seems solid. I would just run it back. I don't know about every card in the sideboard. I might take out Bondage Ornament. I might want an Echoing Truth. Relic is decent as well. So there's some other good options. The list isn't set in stone. Could always run another Angler. Like I said, there's a lot of options. I'm really excited for the snow duels to come. This is probably the last video I record before Kaldheim comes out. And I have like 3 or 4 really nice brews lined up with some Kaldheim cards, a little off the wall, maybe not tier 1 decks, but some fun ideas lined up for some Kaldheim cards that I'm looking at. So this is youtube.com/snapbolt. That was a thick league. Got another 4-1. I've been doing pretty well. I think I've 4-1'd with mono blue, 4-1'd with blue red, and 4-1'd with blue black. So all the blue decks just rattling off 4-1s. These lists are sweet. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. Till next time, thank you so much.